A lot of people are gonna hate my guts for saying that because they want to believe that they can have a perfect diet and they can train really hard and they can work really hard and, you know, they can take all the hormones and drugs in the world. That's only 30%, guys. 70% is your genetics and bodybuilding. That's a terrible thing for me to say, and I know I'm terrible for saying that and shattering you guys' dreams.
What's up, guys? My name is Seth Spartan, and I'm a nutrition, training, and hormone expert for Prometheus HRT, Testosterone and Hormone Replacement Clinic. Let me tell you a little bit more about me. When I was in high school, I got into lifting weights, and when I was 16 years old, I could bench press 350 pounds. I got into powerlifting after that, won a bunch of stuff, and by the time I was 19, I was able to bench press 410 pounds, squat 550, and deadlift 600. After that, I switched to bodybuilding, because I wanted to get paid to do what I love, and I thought I could be great. I won the Teenage Mr. Wisconsin at 19, and after that, I thought I could be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I was being delusional, but being pushed by the older bodybuilders didn't help. In my early 20s, I pulled the trigger and got completely juiced out. This was pharmaceutical grade with a prescription, so there was zero doubt of the quality I was using. I got absolutely jacked, and that's when these pictures were taken. At my biggest, I hit 260 pounds with visible abs. For reference, my height is 5'10.5" on the dot. I felt invincible for these 2 years. That is, until I had heart problems. High amounts of testosterone or anabolic steroids will hypertrophy your muscles, but they will also hypertrophy your heart, which is a muscle. When the heart walls get too thick, your heart can't pump blood out efficiently anymore. This is what kills all the bodybuilders and athletes every single time. And this is what happened to me. I got heart dysfunction from my heart being too big and too thick. God then hit me over the head with a hammer, and I stopped everything, not just the drugs. I stopped my nutrition, my training as well, everything. I just did cardio. This is what I looked like a couple years later, just a regular athletic dude. I got my heart scanned again with the same echocardiogram I got the first time, which diagnosed my heart issues before, and this time, everything went back to normal and was great. Praise God. Sometimes the heart doesn't go back to normal, unfortunately. I wasn't sure if I would ever bodybuild again, but after being reached out to by a testosterone replacement clinic and signing with them, I started the trek upwards again, this time to see what was possible on testosterone and HGH replacement. How far could I take it? I traveled the country competing, then I wanted to see how big and strong I could get. 405 bench press for reps, 635 incline bench press for reps, and a 500-pound squat for a whopping 12 reps with sleeves. Yeah, I think I hit close to my peak with that. I didn't feel like getting fat to be able to move even more weight. So now this leads us to our current conquest and adventure, aesthetics. Jack Frank Zane sounds good to me. The goal of my channel, public speaking events, and when I talk to people in the gym is this: stop using anabolic steroids. There are severe health consequences. Stay natural or do testosterone and HGH replacement. We are currently living in a real-life steroid epidemic. Now let's have fun, guys, and get into the video. I am Seth Spartan.
What's going on, guys? Seth Spartan here, and we are out here on this beautiful fall Wisconsin day. So, I really did want to make this video, and I really didn't want to make this video. How can that be? Well, today, guys, we're going to be talking about the harsh truth. It's not the nice truth, but it's the harsh truth about bodybuilding, okay? So I've made videos in the past before, difficult videos, you know, like the dark truth of bodybuilding, where I expose how rampant and how terrible drug use is in general in bodybuilding at all levels, from the bottom, from the base level, all the way up to the pro ranks, Mr. Olympia. You know, I talk about not just, you know, crazy anabolic steroid abuse, again, from the bottom to the top, but also things like painkillers, diuretics, all sorts of crazy drugs and what's really going on in bodybuilding. So I've already done a video on the dark truth about bodybuilding, but what I want to shoot for you guys now and talk to you guys about now is something that's not more important, but it's not said enough in bodybuilding. So I'm going to shoot this video, not talking or focusing on the drugs. I've already done that. But right now, guys, for all of you guys watching, this is going to be a treat. This is the harsh truth about bodybuilding. What am I talking about? What am I about to tell you guys right now, which is so earth-shattering? This is what you need to know. And I'm sorry for all the dreams that I'm about to shatter and break by saying this. As somebody who has competed in all different levels, as somebody who's traveled all over and done just all sorts of bodybuilding stuff, A to Z, who's been to huge competitions, as somebody who's been in this world, okay, for on and off for many years, and talked to, you know, who has been among, you know, pros, NPC, IFBB, you know, friends, this, that, as somebody who has been in this world, here's the harsh truth about bodybuilding. 70% of bodybuilding is genetics. 70% of bodybuilding is genetics. What do I mean by that? If you're a kid, if you're a young kid, or if you're, you know, in college, or I don't know what have you, and you get into bodybuilding thinking, hey, I want to be great. I want to be not even Mr. Olympia. You just want to be great. You want to be at the top of the amateur, or maybe you want to be a pro, or maybe you do want to be Mr. Olympia, okay? The harsh truth of the bodybuilding world, and I'm being blunt, honest, and open with you guys. This is no stage, you know, this is no acting here. I'm not shooting this a sensational video for more views. This is the honest truth. 70% of bodybuilding is genetics. And I know people are going to hate that I'm saying this right now, but you know, I had these crazy dreams when I was a teenager, when I was in college, and I have good genetics. A lot of people have nowhere near as good of genetics for size and strength as me. Okay? You know, I'm just being blunt honest. I did nothing to work for it. I didn't earn it. I got that from my parents, my dad especially. He was a gymnast. He was ripped. He could do one-handed pull-ups. He was phenomenal, okay? But here's the punchline is the harsh truth about bodybuilding is 70% of bodybuilding is genetics, okay? There's some guys, and the world's not fair, guys. Not with, some people are born poor, some people are born rich, some people are born, you know, with more muscle cells, less muscle cells, all different, you know, lengths for limb sizes, muscle origin. Some people have more muscle fibers, some people have less muscle fibers, or less muscle cells genetically. Some people have more fat cells, some people have less fat cells. But the thing is with bodybuilding, it's such a huge, stark, absolutely stark difference in terms of genetics at what you need to be your best, guys, is that 70% of bodybuilding in terms of success is going to be your genetics. What you didn't work for, what you didn't choose, what you were born with. 70%. 10% is going to be nutrition, 10% is going to be training, and 10% is going to be, guess what? Hormones, drugs, things you put into your body. Okay, now I know that's crazy to say that. And I know a lot of people are going to hate my guts for saying that because they want to believe that they can have a perfect diet and they can train really hard and they can work really hard and, you know, they can take all the hormones and drugs in the world. That's only 30%, guys. 70% is your genetics and bodybuilding. That's a terrible thing for me to say, and I know I'm terrible for saying that and shattering you guys' dreams. But like I said, I've lived in this world. I've breathed in this world. I've been to all sorts of competitions. You know, I have been friends and I can't tell you how many, you know, pros, you know, IFBB pros, you know, who I've associated with or you know, over the years, but the bottom line is what I'm telling you guys is unfortunately true, and whether you believe it or not, I'll leave that up to you. But the longer you continue in this bodybuilding world, and the veterans, the people that are super advanced in bodybuilding, they know what I'm saying is true, even though they probably hate that I'm saying it, okay? So that's the bottom line. That's the harsh reality of bodybuilding, guys. And I wish I would have known this sooner, okay? Because I have great genetics for size and strength. You know, when I was 15, I could bench like 300 or something crazy, okay? There's people that take anabolics that are full-grown adults that can't bench 300 pounds. And you know why? Because first off, they don't have the genetics. I'm talking about other men. They don't have the genetics for strength. They don't have the genetics for size. They don't have, their androgen receptors that they were born with genetically I don't want to say they're bad, but they just don't work. They don't respond to their body's natural testosterone, and they don't respond to anabolics. And I've met people like this, and I'm sure you guys have too, but so that's it, guys. And you know what I'm saying too really goes against the NPC IFBB, which want to produce this image and tell everybody can be the best. Everybody can be a star. Everybody can be a great bodybuilder and make lots of money and just sign up at our NPC shows. Try to go pro. Try to buy our supplements. Pay an arm and a leg to do a bodybuilding show. They want people to believe that, unfortunately, because that's how they make money, is by getting all these wannabes to fill up and slam into their shows. But it's just not true, guys. 70% of bodybuilding is genetics, 10% nutrition, 10% training, 10% hormones and drugs and everything you put in your body. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this. You know, the veterans and those higher up, they're going to know what I'm saying is true. But really, guys, I mean, I want you to do and don't compete for people. You compete for yourself. Be the best you can possibly be. And from that, guys, I'm going to leave you on that note. So Seth Spartan, keeping it ridiculously real with you guys, as always. And let me know in the comments what you think. But like I said, I mean, this is a genetic heavy sport. It's a competition of the best males specimens on the planet. Don't think that you can come in and you can do amazing things, because I have good genetics for strength and size. And guess what? I couldn't turn pro on testosterone replacement, HGH replacement, and I have good genetics for size and strength, but I'm not elite. Okay, so anyways, I'll leave it at that. Seth Spartan, we're out.